Hello studio students. In this university we always believe to improvement and to educate in a better way. Today I'm going to interview Dr. Hoshiyar and its students which had a trip last week to Grand Mosque, and here they are and say the reason and experience they had. Can you please describe about the trip that you organized last week for students of architecture?
Actually, I'm teaching this course which is about the architecture of the Islamic world. And as you know, this is a huge field where it involves architecture that have been developed over several centuries. And normally when you have such a large time perspective, the students normally, they need a place or a structure or even a city sometimes that they can go and see and learn from it in order to know what's the relationship between what they are studying and listening and knowing through the theoretical world and how they can find elements at least in the reality. This was the basic reason that I planned to do a short, actually very short trip to Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi. Of course, the mosque itself is only one structure, while if you talk about the Islamic architecture, it's a huge domain. But at least this was a structure that I tried to make the students come closer to the basics of the Islamic architecture. Because as you know, the earliest example that actually you can say it's the foundation of the Islamic architecture, it was a mosque, and that was the Prophet's mosque. And till today we have got a huge culture of mosque design from different cultures in the Islamic countries.
Why did you guys decided from School of Architecture and Interior Design to visit this unique place in Abu Dhabi?
At the time it was constructed, like we heard about it, its name, the Grand Mosque, we should visit that place. It's like the largest mosque in UAE or the Asia. So we wanted to see the architecture, experience these spaces, be there to see the Islamic architecture, how it's done.
We were talking about the Islamic architecture and its history, and the professor asked a general question: who has been to the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi? And most of the class didn't. And to me, it was a major destination that I had to take because of its grand design and its reputation in the world.
How did you like the place? Was it impressive? What is something you were expecting? Or?
It was amazing. As usual, you would have the high expectations which came true. We went through the space. At the time we arrived there, I had this feeling that I'm going to enjoy it, for sure, by looking at the exterior. And then we moved on, we went in, saw the main halls, and it was amazing. It was like a masterpiece from the inside, the details and all that. It was pretty good.
The materials have been used in the building itself. It's all made of marble, gold. It's very impressive to see the largest carpet in the world placed in the mosque itself.
The thing that caught my eye was the color of it. It was white, bright white, and the marble, it almost resembles the Taj Mahal.
I personally visited the mosque a few times and I really enjoyed it. Why did you decide to go to this mosque, or not like a typical mosque in Dubai? Or?
What we try normally to give the students something, a landmark that they will not forget. They will remember it, and it will be very good learning example. And the mosque itself is actually a very good example to bring different factors related to mosque design that actually is not only reflecting one culture, but actually multicultural design.
The experience of your trip, what you have seen, was it something that you learned before in the class? Did you feel that what you have learned was useful during your study?
Yes, as we were walking through the site itself and the grounds, my eyes kept moving towards the prominent features that we learned about the Islamic architecture and how the mosques are built.
If you go experience it, it's better and you get to learn more. There was a tour guide, like she guided us along all the areas of the mosque, the history, the details, the facts. It was helpful and we learned from it.
What's the thing that you learned during this trip?
That materials could make a huge difference in any architectural building. Having materials like marble, gold, carpet from Persia, the biggest carpet in the world.
What was the best memory you had during this trip? Something that you recommend to some other people that they go to this trip?
All of us should visit that place, not even architecture but other professions. You get to know a lot about the Islamic culture, about the history of UAE, about Sheikh Zayed.
What we have done in this trip, it wasn't only that we went there and we explained the buildings, the elements, the architectural features and such, no, but we did a real workshop in the mosque. I also gave a lecture there, and additionally we did a workshop, and I worked with the students in order to think more about issues related to mosque design, so they will be, more involved in the knowledge itself.
That's really great, and I'm sure like students at Canadian University of Dubai are really lucky to have you as the professor, and I hope they take the most advantage of this trip. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.